Hey guys, Jeff here, and before we get to today's episode, I wanted to let you know about our Season 4 sponsor, Adventure is Out There Travel. If you're listening to this podcast, there's a pretty good chance that you're in the middle of planning your next Disney vacation right now. So why not make it easier for yourself? By working with an Adventure is Out There travel agent, you'll be having an experienced vacation planner doing the heavy lifting for you. Adventure is Out There Travel specializes in making sure your entire group gets to experience the type of activities they want in order to make your trip even more magical. Whether heading to a Walt Disney World vacation in Orlando, flying west to Disneyland, or floating on the high seas in a Disney cruise, Adventure is Out There Travel can help you plan the vacation of a lifetime. Visit adventureisouttheretravel.com for your free, no-obligation quote today. Now on with the show.
Get ready for your weekly dose of pixie dust with Disney Coast to Coast.
Hey folks, and welcome to Disney Coast to Coast, the ultimate unofficial Disney fan podcast. I'm Jeff DePaoli.
And I'm Patrick Dougal.
And Patrick Dougal.
Yeah.
We just had a nice little holiday, Easter. Mm-hmm. And of course the parks celebrate a bit. Have you done anything Eastery or springy in the last month or so in the parks?
No. I actually forgot about the whole Easter egg hunt and all that, but I saw a bunch of people doing it. It sold out pretty quickly.
No, let me tell you, I'm furious about the Easter egg hunt because I went to Disneyland on Easter.
Yeah, and it was already sold
And I
out.
know that these things are very popular. We've had this issue in the past, and they got smart about it the last couple of years, I feel like, but this year, they got stupid again. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, if you are running an Easter egg hunt in your theme park, I don't care how early it sells out, you should have a certain supply to sell on Easter morning. They had none. None.
Zero.
Thank goodness I had a reservation at Goofy's Kitchen for a character breakfast, or else I would have been really mad. But no, seriously, I think that's the dumbest business practice. I get it. They're in their mind, they're just we just want to sell them. So as soon as they sell, that's great. But if it's an Easter egg hunt, please have 500 or so that you've reserved for Easter morning. I promise you, they'll sell out. They will. It's ridiculous. So, shame on you, Disneyland Resort. I don't know if Walt Disney World the same thing happened or not, but Disneyland it did, and it made me an unhappy camper.
And it was both Disneyland and DCA's.
Yeah, and Downtown Disney. Yeah, because I was going to do Downtown Disney, which I'd never done. I'd done Disneyland, I'd done DCA's before, so I was like, Downtown Disney, I actually felt like it might be kind of difficult to do Downtown Disney. It's a pretty large area, a lot of good hiding spots, but I didn't get to experience that. And then apparently, so some people were like, well, can you just give me the map? I don't care about the prize egg. Just give me the map. And I guess they did do it for somebody. And then there was some issue. Somebody complained about something. So they stopped doing that even. So, what a mess. Easter next year, Disney parks, get it together. That's all I'm going to say.
People want to buy more, so.
But you didn't do anything springy at all the whole month? We don't get the bunnies anymore, which is a real bummer.
Oh, no, I saw the Easter Bunny.
The Easter Bunny, but I mean, the whole Big Thunder Ranch, Disney bunnies come up.
Yeah.
That was such a great tradition we had.
But yeah, I saw the Easter Bunny. He was out a week before Easter.
On
a weekend
Main
before.
Street?
Yeah, just chilling, which I think is new. I think he only used to come out on Easter.
I'm not sure, but that...
At least in World, I think they only come out on Easter. So what? You're a little early this year.
Yeah.
Easter Bunny.
Cool. I also want to mention before we jump into the news that on one of our previous episodes, we were talking, actually it was a trivia question you asked me about Lightning McQueen's number on the side, which is 95, and we made a comment we don't really know if that means anything. Well, quite a few people wrote in, including BTAFBM, Jeff G, Leandria, Renee Wright, and some others as well, to let us know that actually, apparently all the Pixar films have a 95 in it because it's the year that Toy Story came out. So that makes sense. So thank you to everybody who wrote in about that. And also, before we get to news, you had a fun weekend.
Yeah, but now I'm just thinking of things. Is that Carl from Up is 95?
I don't know if he's 95, but apparently you can see the number 95, or it's somehow in the films. I don't know if it's all the Pixar's, but that's what people were saying as they wrote in. So.
Yeah. But yes, I did have a fun weekend. For the first time in forever, I went to the Coachella Music Festival here in Palm Springs, California. It's about like a 2-hour drive from...
I love Palm Springs.
Yeah, it was just hot because
It
it's
is
the
very
desert.
hot, yes.
But super fun. This is my first time. The reason why I'm saying this is because for the first time this year, they had a composer come to the festival, which was Hans Zimmer. And if you don't know Hans Zimmer, he played a lot of The Dark Knight, Inception. He played some Gladiator, but he also did some Disney films, including the amazing Pirates score and Lion King, which
Lion King, the new film?
No, he did the
of
score
course,
for
yeah.
Lion King.
Duh, sorry, I think Elton John immediately.
Yeah, no, he did the score for Lion King. Yeah. So to go to this massive, literally the number one music festival in the nation and see Hans Zimmer do Lion King and Pirates was insane. And I've seen a composer, I've seen John Williams play and he conducts, but like Hans Zimmer literally picks up a guitar and rocks out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's amazing.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
How big was the orchestra?
It was about, I want to say 30 people. 30. It wasn't like...
That's not very large.
Yeah, it wasn't like, I mean, it had to be a traveling size. They were only playing on a certain outdoor stage because there's multiple stages. But they had some singers come out and they sang Circle of Life in, I guess, Swahili.
Cool.
Language. And then the one cello player who did the solo for Pirates killed it. I'm sure you can go and like look up, I think, On My Disney, and they even posted some videos, so check that out. It was definitely a once in a lifetime experience. Also, Hans Zimmer is touring. So
I was gonna say, I know he was in LA right before, so he might.
If you want to check out his tour dates, I highly recommend going to see it. It was great.
Yeah, I don't hear about him as much as, although I'm not paying as much attention to it either. But like John Williams, I hear him doing tons of concerts. I feel like Hans Zimmer might be a little bit more unique. So
Oh yeah.
So check that out. He might be coming near you. And I will say one of the greatest things with the whole Pirates of the Caribbean update in the attraction with, adding Jack Sparrow and stuff, of all of the movie stuff they've added in there, my favorite thing is when you're going to the whole pirate ship scene and you hear that da 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 da.
Yeah.
It's so...
That score is just
fits.
amazing.
So it's a great... everything I'd say about the Pirates of the Caribbean films is not good, but the score is wonderful. And just so good in the sense that like it feels like it belongs. It just feels like it always existed. It feels pirates. So I like it. It's good stuff. I think that's it before the news. Do you want to get to this House of Mouse headlines? Anything else you want to add? Okay, here we go.
Hear the latest news from the Walt Disney Company in today's House of Mouse headlines.
So something is finally happening at the Disneyland Resort.
I'm so excited.
This took far too long. They're starting to test. We have gotten no official word that this is going to happen, but I'm assuming that's what the tests are for. They're starting to test Wi-Fi at the parks, which, let me just say, it's embarrassing that it's 2017 and it doesn't have it.
I've been to far...
lesser
parks.
Knott's Berry Farm. Nothing against Knott's Berry Farm. I love Knott's Berry Farm. But Knott's Berry Farm has Wi-Fi. Okay? That's a much smaller
and it's
park.
not a thing they like didn't know how to do or not know how to do because World has had it for so long and that's such a bigger park.
Well,
a resort.
There must have been a reason. There must have been something causing this to be difficult for them. Otherwise, they would have done it already.
I mean, I guess it could be the possibility that because like My Magic Plus and Magic Bands, you need Wi-Fi if you want to do stuff like that.
Yeah.
So maybe at Disneyland, they're like, well, we don't see a necessary.
The necessity is
for it.
we are marketing for them. And that's a good reason to have it. I am curious, like, I know Universal Studios Hollywood has Wi-Fi. Whenever I sign into it, it shows full signal, but then the bandwidth? I'm not a techie person, I don't know. But it's always very, 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 very slow. So it's kind of like pointless. Honestly, I always end up shutting off the Wi-Fi there. I hope Disneyland's is better because... it's tough to do Periscope or anything from the park. If you're trying to live stream, it's difficult.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited about this. April 24th. Has that hit yet? No, it's soon. April 24th, they're going to start testing this in certain areas. It can go on and off whenever. There's no official date of when we will have full-on Wi-Fi. at the Disneyland Resort. But it's coming, is what it sounds like, and hopefully it'll be here by summer. And this is a good thing.
Yeah,
I'm happy about
I'm
it.
so excited.
Yeah.
Other news, Autopia recently just opened with a new story, and they brought Osimo back,
Yes.
who was from Interventions. He had a little show in there. He had a little Osimo show. He's because the Autopia is now sponsored by Honda, which Osmo was as well.
Yes.
But besides Osmo, they added another a little character. He has a bird friend, and his name, I think, is just Bird.
Bird. Yeah.
Classic.
But he looks like Osimo. And
Yeah, he's very robotic and stuff.
Yeah.
I still don't know what necessarily the story is, but
Osmo's going on a trip, I believe,
Yeah.
is the story. If you don't remember Osmo, like Patrick said, he did have a show in Interventions. He was basically like they're showing us future technology of a robotic butler, essentially, and he could climb stairs and stuff. He was creepy. Like, he was essentially a Star Wars droid in real life.
I don't think I ever saw the show in Interventions.
You never went? Oh,
but I
so
saw
weird.
him at D23, like, years ago.
The way he moved was so weird. I saw it a couple times.
He
at
like
Interventions.
lifted his leg really high, and
The balance on the machine is interesting. It's a weird little machine. It's a weird thing to put him, like, I mean, this is an expensive robot.
Oh, yeah.
So to have him outdoors in the weather, I think is a very strange thing to do with him, but I guess it's better than sitting backstage doing nothing.
yeah, he was.
But yeah, I just find it interesting that we've now gotten several updates to Autopia, an attraction that I keep hearing is going to get the axe one of these days. So,
Well, speaking of that, there's definitely big rumors right now of Tomorrowland Speedway getting the axe at Walt Disney World.
Oh, really?
Which is the counterpart to Autopia.
really,
Yeah.
what are they saying wants to go in that place? Nothing yet?
Tron, maybe.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. More updates at Disneyland. A permit is out there for updates to Primeval World, which I'm very excited about. Are you being sarcastic? I really like Primeval World. Listen, it's dinosaurs. If you don't know what Primeval World is, it's if you take the train that surrounds Disneyland from Tomorrowland to Main Street USA, it goes through the Grand Canyon and this dinosaur area it was actually originally created for the Ford Magic Skyway, which was part of the 1964 World's Fair. And it's big dinosaurs. Like, that makes me happy. It's they could have gotten rid of it. I'm happy to hear they haven't. They're plussing it. My guess is
Maybe they'll put Ellen DeGeneres.
No! Oh my goodness. That's a universe of energy reference right there. That would be terrible. But, oh God, Patrick, that's going to be stuck in my head.
With the stay.
Yeah, no, but there'll probably be some map projection, would be my guess. But I was happy to
cool.
see that they're getting a little update there.
Yeah.
What else is going on at
well,
Disneyland?
some sad news, at least for me.
And us.
I'm not very surprised. We
Nope.
all probably saw it coming. Main Street Electrical Parade has been extended through August 20th. So through the summer. It was supposed to end somewhere in June.
It was supposed to be June 17th or
yeah,
something
they're like,
that?
it's only here for a limited time. No, just kidding, we're extending it. Not a big surprise. No one wants it, though. Maybe some people want it. I don't care for it, but...
I'm livid about this.
we go.
I hate to say it. Told you so. I kept saying. People kept saying, no, you're wrong. Paint the Night's coming back this summer. I was like, guys, it's not coming back. It is completely removed from the Disneyland website. Completely. A lot of people are still holding faith that once August ends, that it'll be coming back. I don't think so. I think it's moving on to Walt Disney World or wherever it's going to next. I'm upset about this. Main Street Electrical Parade makes me want to vomit at this point. I did say on Twitter, one thing that would make me want to watch it, and I'll tell you, I would pay for like $50 for this. You give me a paintball gun and let me shoot at those floats as they go by.
Ooh.
Glow-in-the-dark paintballs. Add some black lights to the parade.
Listen, since it's been out, I've only seen the parade twice.
I think once, once on purpose, twice by waiting for
Accident.
fireworks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just not a good parade.
It's so outdated. No disrespect to its origins, but oh my goodness. People have been getting into arguments with me about this because they're like, well, Jeff, what if like they replaced Carousel of Progress? Would you be okay with them getting rid of the original? And I'm like, well, it's kind of already happened. They've already plussed Carousel of Progress. And if you are to plus something, there's no way on earth I would expect you to keep the old version of it. And that's what this is. If they made a brand new Carousel of Progress, I would never expect the existing one to still exist.
Yeah.
It makes no sense. So why you would plus the heck out of Electrical Parade with Paint the Night and then bring back the original makes zero sense to me. It infuriates me. Ugh.
However, do you know what is coming back?
What?
Pixar Play Parade.
Yeah, I did hear about that because the Food and Wine will be ending. So that's a problem that when they have these special events at DCA that they blocks the roads. And can't have parades.
However, I don't know if that's true. Obviously, we don't even know if Paint the Night is coming back. But however, have heard if it does, it might come back to DCA.
Which one? Pixar Play?
No, Paint the Night.
Oh, I'd be okay with that. Obviously Disneyland will have a lot of nighttime entertainment with Remember Dreams Come True back in Fantasmic, which is going to be a huge draw. Honestly, I would rather just Fantasmic happening because I feel like with Electrical Parade and Fantasmic, it gets really crowded. But, I mean, obviously that's going to happen this summer. Fantasmic's coming back this summer, so Electrical Parade will be running with Fantasmic. So get ready for chaos, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, I'd be cool with Paint the Night happening over at DCA. I kind of feel like World of Color has, like, had its time already, which is so sad to say. It's still a new show.
Yeah.
But I don't know many people, unless you're, like, a first-timer that's, like, waiting for
I think
World
what
of
they'll
Color.
have to do is what they've been doing for at least seasonal events, or just continuously update or put out a new show every once in a while.
I would really like them to do one theme. Like, even if it was something I didn't like Pirates of the Caribbean. Like, I'd love to just see, like, an entire Pirates of the Caribbean, even if it was only, like, 12 minutes. World of Color's really long. It's, like, 25 minutes.
Yeah.
It's a bit too long, in my opinion. I would just love to see them create a story with World of Color as opposed to just a montage. So that's something that maybe we'll get in the future. That's a lot of news for Disneyland, but now over at Walt Disney World, of course, it's April, Patrick, so you know what that means.
We got dates for the Christmas and Not So Scary parties.
To be fair, it is 6 months till Halloween, the
Yeah.
best time of year. So we do have dates for the holiday parties. Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, August 25th through November 1st. August 25th.
Every year we're inching closer and closer.
Or further and further.
Yeah, further and further
Yeah.
to a Not So Scary party. August. Last year it was September. We are now starting in August. It's crazy.
It is crazy. August 25th through November 1st on select nights. The Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, November 9th to December 22nd on select nights. I didn't realize that didn't run past Christmas. For some reason, I thought it did.
Well, it's because
I know it
then
becomes part of the daytime.
part of the daytime for that last week.
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess get your plans ready if you want to go. They do have to announce it this early. People make those vacation plans,
yeah.
so I get it. It was just a little shocking. When that came out, I was like, oh my goodness, are we there already? Oh yeah, we're there.
I believe even other parks, Universal announces their Halloween events, at least in World, like February.
Yeah, I think they've announced their dates already.
So
Hollywood takes forever with Halloween Horror Nights.
It'll usually just is the same as Orlando.
Yeah, true. So get your tickets for that. What else is going on?
Let me look. Virtual queues. That's happening.
It's a buzzword in the theme park industry these days.
It seems like a lot of parks are going in this direction. Disney is testing it out at their water parks, I believe, so Blizzard Beach and Typhoon Lagoon, where it's almost like a fast pass where you get like a little like wait time to come back. But it's I think it works well with water parks because there's always something to do. It seems like Disney and Universal are battling this out, especially because Universal's new water park, Volcano Bay, is going to have the same system. How does the World one work? Do you know?
What do you mean for Typhoon?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's you. So this is not something you can book in advance. This is not like a fast pass. You have to go to the attraction, and I believe you just get a return time.
Okay. So
so there's a lot more technology involved in Universal's.
Yeah.
I think the reason for this is because Disney is doing it in response to Universal doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like, okay, we got to do something quick to kind of beat the competition.
which they didn't, because technically, Jimmy Fallon's
Fallon.
new ride started with the park where you go and you get a return time to come back, and then you actually
You wait in rooms or something, right?
You wait in a museum, and
Yeah.
there's like games and interactive stuff. So
I mean, Dumbo does this though.
it's true.
At Walt Disney World.
with the play area for kids.
What do they call that area again? The
Storybook Circus.
yes, Storybook Circus.
Um,
So you get like a restaurant beeper there
almost there.
that lights up and vibrates when your time has come.
Here you can do it. I mean, at least at Universal, you can do it two ways. If you're in the park and have the Universal app, you can actually reserve a time on your phone and then show them your phone, or you can go to the attraction and get a physical return time. However, for Volcano Bay, they'll have it on a digital wristwatch. So
wait a sec, does everybody get one of those
yes,
watches?
everyone gets a.
And
it's
you return it at the end of the day?
It's basically a magic band
You can keep it?
Universal. No, you return at the end of the day.
This is. I'm really curious to see like which of these technologies ends up winning.
Mm-hmm.
I do think it's really interesting as a theme park fan. And there's even like, didn't you say Universal's doing like face recognition lines now or something? So there's a lot of stuff going on. Nobody likes queues is what it comes down to. Guests don't like waiting in them, and the companies don't like us standing in them because we're not spending money when we're doing it. So it's a win-win situation. Which way will win? Like I said, I have no idea. I am very curious. I haven't experienced any of it personally.
Yeah, I know.
Other than, of course, FastPass Plus.
I'm hearing though, Avatar will test the system as well. I don't know, in the crowd's gonna be crazy opening, but we'll see.
Yeah, this is happening at certain attractions at Typhoon Lagoon and Blizzard Beach, including Summit Plummet, Downhill Double Dipper, Slush Gusher, and Miss Adventure Falls, which is the newest attraction at Typhoon Lagoon, which, let me tell you, looks like so much fun.
Yeah. My least favorite part about a water park is when it's a tube ride and you have to carry a tube up all the stairs and it's like hassle. This ride, you like sit in the tube as you go up the conveyor belt.
Yeah.
So you don't even have to like climb stairs or anything.
No, it's great. And this attraction actually is the first Disney water park to have an audio animatronic figure in it. I believe it's a bird.
It's a bird.
A lot of bird stuff going on these days.
Yeah.
And it just looks like so much fun. Like, I will say, I think I'll do any ride at a Disney park. I'm not like a super adventure roller coaster person, but if it's a Disney roller coaster, I always feel safe enough that I'll do it. Water parks, I'm not that adventurous. I always feel like when you hear about something bad happening in a theme park, it's a water park. I always feel the least safe because like you're not on a rail or anything.
Yeah.
You're basically dealing with gravity.
Yeah.
And I don't trust gravity all that much.
There's been a lot of times where I've been on like a water ride where I'm like, we could like 1 more or 2 more inches.
Yep.
We could go over the side of this thing.
And I'm sorry, but a lot of times in theme parks, you hear it's the rides like Kali River Rapids and Grizzly River Run, like those big water tube rides that flip over and stuff. I don't know. I'm just saying, I'm not a super adventurous water park rider, but this looks like just a lot of fun. It doesn't look too scary. It's obviously built for the whole family. It looks great. And there's a little story behind it. Captain Mary is a famous oceanographer who sails the 7 seas and collects treasures. We're seeing a collection of her treasures because they landed in Typhoon Lagoon due to a typhoon. So
It happens.
yeah, I would really like to check this out. I'm happy that that this park that hadn't been touched in a long time got something new. As we've been saying for a long time, competition within the industry is a
good
great
for
thing.
everyone.
It's great for us.
Yeah.
The companies have to spend a lot of money.
Yeah.
But the guests just win. So thank you, Volcano Bay, for Misadventure Falls. Yeah, what else is going on?
Like I said, Pandora's opening really soon, and they've come out with these Navi translator things. Disney has come out because if you've seen Avatar, you know the Navi people have their own language.
Yeah.
So they've come out with these translators where I think you have to buy cards for as well, which is a great money marketing scheme.
You get 15 with the original. I don't know. With the original translator, you'll get 15 cards, but there's 90 phrases total.
Yeah.
So there's a lot to buy.
It's interesting. I wonder, obviously they're going to be using this language within the land for theming and stuff. Fun fact, when Avatar did come out, though, I was actually obsessed with the movie.
Really?
Avatar was the movie I've seen the most times in theaters.
I did not know this about you.
Yeah.
You want to know what movie I saw the most times in theaters? Titanic, which is both James Cameron.
Yeah. I saw Avatar 7 times.
I saw Titanic 8.
Oh, we beat me.
Well, if I should say 5 first run, 3 this 3-day re-release.
Okay, I was going to say Avatar ran for months.
I remember Titanic being in movie theaters when the VHS came out. Yeah.
Crazy. You're old.
Yeah. Older than you. Yeah.
Did
you see Titanic in theaters?
No.
What about re-release?
No.
Patrick, you're killing me.
Sorry.
It's the greatest movie ever
But I saw
made.
Avatar in theaters 7
That's
times.
terrible. I fell asleep watching Avatar in the IMAX. I was like, oh, this is boring. Done.
And anyway, I love Avatar, so I'm really excited about Pandora. But
I did not know this at all.
So like I said, I was obsessed. So I bought this book, and kid you not, there was a full English and Navi dictionary in the back of it. So my vote is to go find this book.
Go to eBay, guys.
Yeah, it's probably $7. You get a full Navi to English dictionary. You don't need to spend money on the.
I want to go get this book, go to Pandora, and just walk around as if I'm in a foreign country, looking up every word and talking, ordering drinks in Navi, and the cast members being like, "What?"
So you want a number one?
Yeah, exactly. Man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So these things also light up at night, I believe. We should say in the story, the device is developed by the Alpha Centauri Expeditions, which is the group that's allowing us into the Pandora world. The Navi has no written language. There's 90 Navi words, interchangeable translation cards. I think they're going to be selling them in trading card packs, so you don't know what you get.
Yeah.
I think it'll be 8 cards or something, and there will be some that are extraordinarily rare, from what I understand, and it comes with 15, and the others are sold separately.
They're by color too, so you have they're almost categorized into places or things and
animals
and
and
whatnot.
phrases. So
what is
I won't buy one. They'd have to be really cheap.
The Banshee is an Ikran.
Ikran. There we go.
Ikran.
I'm gonna get the book.
Yeah, just get the dictionary.
Now on to something that is very controversial that's going to be going on at Walt Disney World. I have very strong opinions about it. I haven't talked to you about this. But Club 33 is heading to Walt Disney World. If you don't know what Club 33 is, it is a very private club that I believe Walt was involved with. It was it's above Pirates of the Caribbean here at Disneyland, and it's a private club. It's about $15,000 a year to be a member. You have to be invited to go. It's basically a restaurant, a very expensive restaurant, and it's such a staple of Disneyland. And now there's news that they will be adding a Club 33 to every Walt Disney World theme park. So 4 are being added to Walt Disney World. I believe there's already one at Shanghai.
Yes, there's one in Tokyo Disneyland as well.
I am so against this. There's one in Tokyo as well?
Tokyo Disneyland.
How do you feel about this?
I don't like it either.
Completely taking away the novelty.
Yeah.
It's such a money grab.
I think, I mean, they're getting all these things, that's cool, but it's the thing about, the whole thing that made it exclusive and cool was the fact that it was Walt Disney's private club, and it's weird that other parks have it, that just to copy it.
No, it's to get $15,000 per member.
Exactly.
That's why they have it.
But I think even here at Disneyland, after the Club 33 renovation, it's weird.
I agree.
It's not Walt Disney's own club anymore. Since they remodeled it,
because it was a drastic remodel.
Yeah, the door changed and everything. And I never got to go to the original one.
Yeah.
But everyone I know doesn't really like the remodel. So, yeah, it's just weird.
So each park will have it themed to Walt and Lillian's Worldwide Adventures. So there will be a different theme in each of the park. From what I understand, the membership is site specific. So if you're a Club 33 member at Walt Disney World, it will not work at Disneyland. Whether or not it will work between the different clubs at Walt Disney World, I'm not sure. I don't believe those details have been released yet. But this is supposed to open in fall of 2017, so fairly soon. If they want to do private clubs, do them. Don't call them Club 33.
That's what I was gonna say. I've been to 1901 as well, which is the club in Disney California Adventure in the Carthay, which is beautiful. Yeah. I actually liked it more than Club 33. But yeah, if you want to do a private club, do something like that. Don't call it Club 33.
Yeah, there's just a lot of prestige to the name Club 33. Yeah. They can make a lot of money doing it, and that's what it feels like to me. And it's kind of upsetting. I was disappointed that they did this.
However, I am very curious to see the Epcot one.
I guess that would be the one. I am...
Or Animal Kingdom.
I'm in the great minority here. But I am still, even in its current state, in love with Disney's Hollywood Studios. I really am. Are you one of those haters at this point?
No, I'm excited. I mean, whenever, currently right now, if someone was going to Walt Disney World, I'd be like, you don't need to go to Hollywood Studios.
Really? See, if I'm the type that's like, if somebody's like, I can only do 3 parks, especially now before Pandora opens, I'm always like, yeah, skip Animal Kingdom. It has some great rides, but I don't know. I don't feel like I'm in a Disney park so much when I'm at Disney's Animal Kingdom. And
to me, I mean, I think we've talked about this before. I love Epcot, but Animal Kingdom houses my favorite ride and favorite show.
I know. And I get that. But I love Disney's Hollywood Studios. I just get upset that there are such haters out there. You know who I'm talking to.
Even with its old state, I didn't care for Streets of New York or the Backlot Tour or Lights, Motors Action. So, I only ever went to Great Movie Ride and to the right of Hollywood Studios.
I think...
Unless I was going to, Star Tours.
Atmospherically, I just love that park. I just love Hollywood, I think is what it comes down to. But, I would love to see the Club 33 in that park, I think.
I just want to see
Epcot
where their
will be pretty awesome,
locations are as well.
That'll be...
Where are they going?
It will be
Especially
interesting.
Magic Kingdom.
Oh.
Where?
Do you think Cinderella Suite might be going bye-bye?
Really? Would they put it up there?
I mean, that's a prime location.
That would be crazy.
That would be a pretty great, exclusive location to put it. I don't know, but I was disappointed by this news, sadly. But let us know what you guys think. I'd actually be very curious. Leave a comment below. Let us know if you're excited about Club 33 coming to Walt Disney World, or if you think they should give it a different name. Overseas, some other exciting stuff going on.
Paris, Disney Paris just celebrated their 25th anniversary, and they brought out literally every character in the book.
Yeah, it was pretty extreme.
Every character. What's his name? I don't even remember his name. Treasure Planet.
Yeah.
He came out.
Treasure Planet came out.
Is it Jack?
I couldn't tell.
People are gonna yell at me. Pleakley came out in drag. Kita and Milo came out from Atlantis. It was insane.
Yeah, so they had characters from the Aristocats, Chicken Little, Jessica Rabbit was there, Big Hero 6 characters.
Pause. I've seen Jessica Rabbit out there before.
She's terrifying.
No.
She's terrifying.
It is a rubber suit with a face mask similar to Tokyo's fairy godmother. It's creepy. Don't do it.
It belongs in American Horror Story.
It basically does.
Characters from Big Hero 6, Atlantis, Treasure Planet, Meet the Robinsons, Emperor's New Groove, Hunchback of Notre Dame, Bolt, Ratatouille, and many, 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 many more. It was live streamed. If you didn't happen to be in Paris, it was live streamed. It was an hour-long show, which, to be honest, I felt was too long. They kind of highlighted each land in the park, and that's how the characters were. Did you watch the live stream?
Yeah.
Yeah. They brought
Side note, his name was Jim Hawkins.
Oh,
Treasure Planet.
Did you Google?
I did. And I forgot Joseph Gordon-Levitt was the voice of
Was
that.
he really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't
Great,
know that.
Great stuff.
He's also killed at the beginning of Halloween H2O.
Oh.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt, that is. Yeah, I like that movie.
Anyway, Paris, crazy.
Yeah, so I did you feel like it was kind of too long? Maybe if you were there, it didn't feel that long, but
Yeah.
as I was watching, it just felt very, very repetitive. But I will say, at the end, when I'm kind of in love with those, we used them here for Viva Navidad, we used them here for the street party. Those bicycles that have like the carriages in the back for the characters to ride down the streets on, I love those. Those are such high energy vehicles. I just love those riding down the street with characters whipping by. This once again proved, as I've said many times, if you want to have a parade that makes people very, very happy and excited, you do not need to spend money on floats. Just put a ton
of
characters. You could have a ton of characters marching down the street to the same song. People would be thrilled.
It's true.
So
Bleakley and drag. It's great.
Patrick likes the drag characters.
So, I didn't know that was a character. Like Bleakley, yes, but like in Lilo and Stitch where he like puts on the wig and stuff because he wants to be like blend in.
Yeah.
It's great.
It was just kind of shocking how crazy it all got. So congratulations to Disneyland Paris on 25 years. I remember back when it was called Euro Disney.
Yeah.
And do you remember that?
Yeah.
Oh wow, you're old.
Yeah.
And the end was very like all cast members came out. It got a little emotional at the end. I was like, oh, this is beautiful. So that was nice and lovely. Congratulations, Disneyland Paris.
Yay! Still the park I least want to visit.
I did see, I honestly really like Disneyland Paris, but I did see somebody tweet something that says, I feel like this is the beginning for Disneyland Paris.
Chapter.
Yeah, this is gonna be. It was. I gotta say, it was probably one of the best anniversaries celebrations.
I mean,
I've
25
seen.
is a big.
But I'm
big
saying
deal.
like it was kind of. It was bigger than the show we got for the 60th. Granted, we got a lot of cool stuff like Paint the Night and Disneyland Forever. Yeah. But I'm saying
Is
as far
60 like a iconic number?
It was bigger than what I know of the 50th.
Really?
I don't think they had a show like that. I wasn't there, so maybe I'm speaking outside.
World's 50th is coming up soon.
I know, 2021.
So...
I'm honestly, I hope whoever plans the 50th for there watched the response of Disneyland. I mean, Twitter was going crazy over it. You don't see Twitter going crazy over Disneyland Paris all that often.
No.
It was pretty epic. So yeah, I hope somebody took note.
So right now, with the past month, we've had Beauty and the Beast come out and all these other nostalgia movies. Well, we're getting another piece of nostalgia back, specifically for the Disney Channel, because we are getting a spin-off of That's So Raven, but Raven is now a mother.
Hashtag nostalgia is king.
Yeah, pretty much.
I have never seen That's So Raven. I know, I think this is...
I think I've seen every episode.
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure you were a fan, right?
Yeah, I definitely watched Disney Channel during that time. So I believe like between reruns and stuff, I saw every episode. But everyone's seems to be at least her friend Chelsea is coming back. What is her name? Elisa Vanderpool.
Sure.
She was a Belle on Broadway. She's
that's cool.
But yeah, I'm excited. I love That's a Raven.
Sure. It's called Raven's Home, and it's Raven and Chelsea's divorced single mothers living under one roof. So I think it's actually
craziness ensues.
I actually think it's a pretty decent concept for a forced spin-off, shall we say?
Yeah.
For the nostalgia.
I think in the story she has a daughter, I believe, and her daughter has visions as well.
Yes. Which I gotta be 1,000% honest. I had no idea Raven had special powers. None.
That's so Raven.
I think
it's the future I can see.
I think. No, like literally no idea. When I was reading that she had special powers, like
she can see into the future.
Okay, I was obviously watching The Secret World of Alex Mack during these days.
She got visions of the future.
Who wins the battle here, Alex Mack or Raven?
I mean, I know more of Raven.
I
But I think the best thing about that show is every time she had a vision, so it'd be like she'd like pause and she'd like stare off in the distance, and the camera would zoom into her eye, and then you saw the vision. It was just
okay.
It's great.
I had no idea that was the concept of the show. Where did these magic powers come from? Did
It's
any of
the
her...
future I can see.
I'm
sure there was.
Wait a second. So if Raven can see the future, could she see Phil of the future?
I thought you were gonna say, could you see the divorce coming?
No. Could she see Phil? That would have been good, though. That's the lost episode. Raven sees her divorce. No, what if she...
It's not like crazy future. It's like a day into the future.
Oh.
It's like someone mentions like, oh, I'm gonna go skating tomorrow, and she has a vision
Watch your ankle.
them like falling and breaking their leg, and then she's like, don't go.
Oh.
But then she always misinterprets the vision and gets graves and ensues.
Well, I will say I think Disney Channel missed an opportunity there with Raven and Phil of the Future.
All right, well.
But will you tune into Raven's Home?
Probably not.
All right. In the movie world news, we did get an official title for Wreck-It Ralph 2. It's called Ralph Breaks the Internet, Wreck-It Ralph 2, which will be coming out March 9th, 2018. This is a lame title.
I like it.
Do you?
I mean, I could have just been Wreck-It Ralph too. So.
Yeah,
it's a play off of the Kim Kardashian breaks the internet thing.
Somebody said that. Honestly, a lot of people had that thought. I don't even know what that means. I don't follow the Kardashians at all. I find them terribly annoying. But apparently it has something to do with her booty, right? Yeah. So let's just stay away from that.
Yeah, but I'm excited. I mean, I love the internet.
Here's the question I have. I think one of the things that were very strong for Wreck-It Ralph was the nostalgia, once again, of video games.
Yes.
What is the nostalgia of the internet?
I think it will be...
AOL dial-up?
I think it will be, like, specific websites and, like, seeing, like, alternate... Like, even they released a poster and there's, like, a kind of Google-y one and like a other one.
Is there gonna be like a BuzzFeed?
I don't know. Maybe like in like Microsoft Word they have that paper clip.
That's kind of what I'm looking for. Is like
that's not the internet. But I'm just saying.
Yeah, but
paperclip guy.
But I feel like that was a very strong piece of Wreck-It Ralph. So. I will be curious to see if they use the whole nostalgia factor, and if so, what they pull from the internet. I guess the door's wide open, but I don't know. When I think video games, you immediately think Super Mario, Sonic, all that stuff. When I think internet, I think YouTube or Google, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. And YouTube needs an icon.
It's the play button.
No. We need the play button needs arms and legs or something.
All right. Well, it'll be in the movie.
Let's get on top of that. What else is going on?
B&B sing-along. Obviously, this become a normal thing when every time Disney puts out a music-based movie, later down the line, the sing-along comes out. What happened with Moana and Frozen. And...
The problem is it's not too far down the line. It's like a few weeks after the movie's release.
Yeah.
Would you ever want to do one of these?
I haven't.
I don't want to.
No.
I went to see Beauty and the Beast again recently, and I said to my mom, I was like, she got the tickets, and I was like, not sing along, right? Like, make sure we're not getting the sing along. I do not. Mostly because it was my family's first time seeing the movie, so I was like, I don't need that to be your first experience. Some people might think it would improve the movie actually if you can't hear the voices from the screen, but not me. I don't need a sing along personally.
Yeah. But apparently it sells because they keep doing them.
Yeah, I'm sure it does boost up sales for a bit. Yeah. Also in movie news, Danny DeVito is now in talks with the Tim Burton Dumbo feature. He's going to be supposedly a character named Medici who runs a smaller circus that gets acquired by the evil big top villain. This is interesting because it definitely seems like this movie is going in a different direction than the original, which I think is great. This is a reason to make this movie. And Danny DeVito, as a circus owner / ringmaster, I think it's kind of perfect casting.
Danny DeVito, I love your work.
Do you?
That was a Mean Girls reference.
Oh, okay.
Someone out there laughed.
You know, Mean Girls is getting a musical.
Yeah.
They're making a Broadway musical out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what was I going to say about Danny DeVito? Oh, you know what I think is the most perfect casting of all time for Danny DeVito? If you were ever going to make a live action version of a certain cartoon, do you know what I'm talking about? This is not Disney.
I was gonna say it literally is Hercules.
Oh, well, yeah.
Like that is Danny DeVito.
This is even more perfect than that.
Not Disney.
Not Disney.
A cartoon?
Mm-hmm. Think Hanna-Barbera.
Flintstones?
Not Flintstones. The opposite of Flintstones.
Jetsons?
Jetsons. Who in the Jetsons?
I literally didn't watch.
Mr. Spacely?
Don't even know. who
George's
that is.
boss? Okay. Anybody out there who knows who Mr. Spacely is going right now, oh my God, perfect casting. Like, I literally, if they ever made a live action Jetsons, it would be criminal to make it and not cast Danny DeVito as Mr. Spacely. That has nothing to do with Disney, but as we were saying, Danny DeVito in talks for Dumbo. I'm actually now getting kind of curious about Dumbo. Hopefully they kick Will Smith to the curb.
So if you know us, super exciting news. The Newsies stage to film release that they brought out through Fathom Events is coming to digital download.
What? Seize the day.
May 23rd, Disney Movies Anywhere and iTunes, I believe you can get a digital copy of the film. No mention of a physical DVD or Blu-ray release.
No.
But at least we get a digital copy.
Yeah, this is good news. It's not great news. I really want that Blu-ray. I don't see it happening personally. I just think they're going to see how many of these digital downloads they can sell and then put it on Netflix.
There's no cost in just taking a digital file and throwing it.
Yeah, so I get it. It's a bit of a bummer, but this seems to be the future. So I guess it's good news.
That's so Raven.
Wow.
It's the future. I can see the future.
Did
She
Raven
didn't
see that?
The future. I don't
No,
know.
She was like, I see
Newsies May 23rd.
I see Blu-rays and HD DVDs competing, and she's like, HD DVD wins.
Yep.
And she's wrong, 1,000%.
Wrong.
Do you remember HD DVD?
Yeah.
It lasted about as long as the Laserdisc.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This is Tangent Central.
Here we are.
Something back to Disney. Guys, D23 Expo is coming up, and one of the events at the D23 Expo is the Disney Legend Ceremony, which is celebrating its 30th year, I believe. First one was in 87. And we got the list of people who will be receiving the highly acclaimed Disney Legend honor. This will take place on July 14th, which is the first day of the D23 Expo. In the list, we have Carrie Fisher, Mark Hamill, Stan Lee, Imagineer Wayne Jackson, animator Clyde Geronimi, animator Manuel Gonzalez, Gary Marshall, Julie Taymor, who directed The Lion King on Broadway, and Oprah Winfrey. What? Oprah Winfrey! You get a car, and you get a car, and you get a car. You're all getting a car.
Why does she sound like there's something in her throat?
I'm a little under the weather.
Oh, got it.
But Oprah Winfrey.
Yeah.
Which at first read, first of all, you don't know I'm a huge Oprah fan. Do you like Oprah?
Yeah, she's all right.
Tiana! Don't just say she's all right. She's Oprah Winfrey. I have been in her presence.
Okay.
I have been in a room with her, like her and like 200 of her closest friends, including me. I gotta tell you, the woman has some aura that is good. Mm-hmm. She's the real thing. I love Oprah. But that is completely a side note.
Yeah.
I'm excited about this. I will go to the Legend Ceremony because of Oprah. Actually, I will say Julie Taymor I'm very happy for. Mm-hmm. As I said, directed The Lion King. It is a little weird. I do wish that the Disney Legend Award was a bit more elite. I feel like it's, Julie Taymor, as far as I know, has done one project with Disney. Granted, it's been running for 20 years and it's a massive success. Stan Lee was kind of just bought into the company. I don't know. How do you feel about like who they're giving it to?
I'm excited for Mark Hamill and Carrie Fisher. I feel like Star Wars, even though it was just recently acquired, it's always been part of the parks with Star Tours.
Sure.
So I'm I'm excited.
Okay.
I'm
Oprah,
just waiting for Lin-Manuel's Disney legend.
that'll be coming. And frankly, like, he deserves, like, the amount of stuff he's
At
been
this
doing
point,
for Disney, he's kind of deserves it. So Oprah was definitely like a what? Where did that come from? Like, I know she has A Wrinkle in Time coming out. I know she's the voice of Tiana's mom. But then I was like, oh, her show was on ABC, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So they do honor a lot of ABC people. I mean, she deserves it as much as a lot of people that have one do. As I said, I do wish that the prerequisites were a little different, but I don't know who the electing board is on this, but I'm going to just start writing in votes.
Well, yeah, why not? Yeah. I'll write in too.
Baby Sinclair.
Okay.
Yeah, Baby Sinclair, I think, should be a Disney legend.
Yeah?
It's a dinosaurs reference, if people didn't get that.
Who you could have met at Hollywood Studios back in the 90s.
Did he do meet and greets? I know he was...
Well, they had that, they had a show kind of parade thing.
Yes, I remember seeing those characters in an Easter parade once, but yeah.
So good.
What else is going on?
Anyway, there is a stage production of Pinocchio happening for Christmas.
Mm-hmm. Now, this is not Disney Theatrical Group.
No.
This is unique. Basically, this is the National Theater, which is overseas. Mm-hmm. And this theater group will be paying to use songs from the animated Disney movie. It's going to be directed by John Tiffany, who currently directed Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, which is breaking many, many, many records in the West End in London.
They're doing one for
heading to Broadway.
Here, yeah.
Yeah, it's actually Paramore, the Cirque du Soleil musical, just closed on Broadway, just closed, because Harry Potter's taking over, and apparently they're going to spend months renovating this theater to get the magic ready. Apparently there's a lot of secrets.
The magic.
There's a lot of secrets in this Harry Potter show that are kind of mind-blowing and take a lot of special circumstances. I guess this theater is a very special circumstance theater because this is where Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark played as well. And they had to completely re-rig stuff in there for the flying in that show.
Beautiful show.
And by the way, I saw that show on Broadway. That show was a train wreck. Julie Taymor once again, by the way.
Nailed it.
Well... She ended up leaving it, but oh god, it was a terrible show. And once again, off subject here, but Harry Potter show, like the theme park where there are two lands and you have to pay double admission. There are two parts to the play to see the whole story. You gotta buy 2 theater tickets. Genius. Absolutely genius. Okay, back to Pinocchio. Yeah, I think this is cool. I think Pinocchio could be great on stage. I think it'll be a good mix of actors and puppets.
Yeah, I'm not a huge Pinocchio fan.
What's wrong with you?
Just not a huge Pinocchio fan.
Sounds blasphemous to me. I don't like that. I'm excited about this. I probably will not see it as it's going to be overseas. But if it transfers, I'd be very, very, very happy to see it. Before we move on to trivia, I do want to mention, sadly, we lost Don Rickles recently. If you don't know Don Rickles, he is the voice of Mr. Potato Head in the Toy Story films. I love Don Rickles. If you only know him as that, I really highly suggest you check out a documentary called Mr. Warmth. I think the fully title was Mr. Warmth, the Don Rickles Project. Do you know him aside from Mr. Potato Head? Did you know his stand-up?
No, I know he was a comedian, but I never watched any.
He was an insult comedian. He passed away at 90 years old. Several years back, I'd say 5 or 6 years at this point, I decided I really want to see Don Rickles before he retires. And I flew to Vegas to see him, and I got to meet him after the show. And it's so funny because he's an insult comedian who was literally one of the nicest people I've ever met in my life. He was beloved in the industry, and I really love the guy. So I was sad to see that he passed away, but 90 years and working until the end. He even had dates on the books that obviously he will not be fulfilling at this point. But yeah, that's the way to live life, man.
Yeah.
Work doing what you love until you die, and have the world miss you. Mm-hmm. It's a good thing. So Don Rickles, rest in peace. I think that means
I have another breaking news segment.
All right. Well, then that doesn't mean. Go ahead.
That's our intro for breaking news.
Oh, breaking news.
The cast for Frozen's new Broadway musical has been announced.
So this is going to be the Colorado cast as well?
Well, it says coming to Broadway.
Yeah, Colorado first.
Could be.
Yeah.
Well, there's been a lot of things happening with this musical, the change of directors and blah blah. But we finally got a full cast. Cassie Levy as Elsa. She was in Wicked and Les Mis. So there you go. Patty Murrin as Anna. She was in Xanadu, I guess. Cool. Jelani Aladdin.
Aladdin. Alladin.
Yeah, as Kristoff. He is African American, so blind casting. Great.
At Disney Theatrical.
Yeah.
It's kind of given. Oh.
Yeah, I don't. And then
Not.
Greg Hildreth as Olaf. John Riddle as Hans.
John Riddle's very attractive.
Sure.
Even blurry. Okay, there we
There you go. And Robert Creighton as the Duke of Westleton.
He totally looks like the Duke of Westleton. This headshot that they have is perfect.
So yeah, more Frozen news. We got a cast.
Okay.
So
Not to put any of them down, but
I've never heard of
no
any of them.
names.
No.
So I think that's actually really exciting.
Mm-hmm.
That means it should be a strong show and not rest on star power. So that's actually exciting.
yeah, I mean it's Frozen. I don't think
course.
that's all you need is the name Frozen.
No, but for sure. But I think that they could have easily put a star in there.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, does that mean?
It means
That means
it's trivia time.
Hey folks, today for Trivia Time, I have Kyle Burbank with me from laughingplace.com, your place for all the latest Disney news. Hello, Kyle.
Hey, Jeff. How you doing?
Good, thank you. Thanks for coming on the show. Today we're doing trivia about the Carousel of Progress, one of my favorite attractions. And I was wondering, do you want to ask me a question first, or shall I ask you?
I can go with you first. It might be kind of easy, so
Okay.
I apologize. But
No problem.
So, in the turn of the century scene, how many days does John say it takes to travel from New York to California by train?
Oh, that is not easy. New York to California by train. I want to say it was like 8 days?
Close.
7?
7, yes.
7 days. Okay. It
I was
only
would have
takes
accepted a
7
week,
days.
but
Yeah. 7 days. That's not that easy. It's funny because even though it is one of my favorite attractions, there's a lot of like Carousel of Progress minutia that I just kind of like take for granted, and I've heard a billion times, but it just doesn't sink in my memory. Like somebody actually asked me recently about the child in one of the scenes doing, I think they're washing clothes or something. Do you remember this character?
Wash Day Marble. Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently this character like disappears later. Like we never see this character again.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
So weird. And I'm like, I have never noticed that. To me, it's always been a boy and a girl. And I'm like, oh my goodness, you're right. In one scene, there is an additional child, but I don't know. Maybe some disease got them back in the early 20th century. I don't know. Crazy. Well, that's a good one. Cool. I got a trivia question for you. We all know and love There's a Great Big Beautiful Tomorrow, but for a period of time, that was actually not the theme song for the Carousel of Progress. The Sherman Brothers wrote a different song. Do you know the name of this song and why the song was changed?
I would assume that it was changed because of a sponsorship, but I don't know what it would be.
You're kind of close. It was because of the sponsor, but the sponsor did not change. It was the same sponsor. It was General Electric from the World's Fair to when it went to Walt Disney World later. But they were unhappy with the fact that they wanted the future to be now. So there's a great big beautiful tomorrow. They're like, no. Our inventions, our product is not for you tomorrow. It's for now.
Oh, that's interesting.
So, does that give you a hint at all as to what the name of the song might be?
No, I fail.
It was called Now is the Time. Have you ever heard it?
It sounds familiar,
Yeah.
its title, but I'm not sure I've probably heard clips of it and just never really thought about it.
Yeah, I was like, now is the time. Now is the best time. So it's basically like, now's the time to buy your General Electric vacuum cleaner, as opposed to wait for a great big beautiful tomorrow to do so.
Still kind of fits.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's widely accepted, I think, that the preferable song is "There's a Great Big Beautiful Tomorrow." It was changed back to that in '94 when they, redubbed it Walt Disney's Carousel of Progress and made it more like the original show. So, and even the Sherman Brothers, who wrote both songs, have had preference for "There's a Great Big Beautiful Tomorrow." So it's not a terrible song, but I don't ever remember going on the attraction in that version. I may have as a child, but for me, it's always been Great Big Beautiful Tomorrow in my memory.
Yeah, I mean, I only have more recent memories of Walt Disney World, honestly, so I definitely only know the Great Big Beautiful Tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, that was fun. Thanks for your trivia question, Kyle.
Yeah, do you mind if I throw out a little bonus one for you?
Yes, please.
It's easy, but
that's what you said last time.
This one's actually easy. Can you name the 4 holidays that the scenes take place in order?
Yes. Oh, in order. That's a little tougher. Let me think. So I want to say, let me just get them out first. So there's Valentine's, there's Christmas, there's Halloween, and there's 4th of July. So the order, I think, is...
It's just calendar order.
Oh, is it?
I'll give you credit for getting all 4 of them.
Okay,
yeah, so it's just calendar order.
That makes sense, but I never...
I'm pretty sure it is, at least.
Yeah, I think you're right. Valentine's, 4th of July, Halloween, and Christmas. From what I understand, Halloween actually, at one point, wasn't Halloween. It was just autumn. And then they added in a jack-o'-lantern or something.
Yeah, I don't... That's the one where I don't think they actually say that it's Halloween. There's just kind of allusions to it. But
yeah.
Well, I guess there's costumes and stuff, though. I don't know.
Oh, that's true, because he's dressing up as the werewolf and such. But right. I love that attraction. It's so good.
I do too. And have you ever sat in the back and closed your eyes and it feels like you're moving really fast around the carousel?
No, because
my wife pointed that out to me.
I always sit in the front. So
well, even if you sit in the front, next time you try it, when you're switching scenes, try closing your eyes, and it feels like you're moving a lot faster than you are. Okay, clearly we're going to be there by now, and you're not even barely budged.
That's interesting. I might have to try that, but I'm going to be honest, that'll be very difficult for me because the scene transitions are my favorite part. Because I love the song, and I love the timing of the characters. It starts where they start following you out of the room, and then halfway they turn to welcome the new guests coming in, and it's timed so beautifully. I love the direction of that attraction. So that's
true.
But I guess maybe I'll have to try and close my eyes the next time. If it were at Disneyland, I'd be I'll do it next time. But considering it's in Florida, and I don't
maybe between the opening scene and the closing scene or something where it's not as exciting, you're just staring at a gear on the wall.
Fair enough. I will definitely do that. Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show, Kyle. Once again, you can see Kyle's work at laughingplace.com, your one-stop place for all the latest Disney news. Thanks so much, Kyle.
Thanks.
Okay, folks, hope you enjoyed that trivia. Before we go, I do want to give some shout-outs. You ready for shout-outs?
Shout-outs.
Shout-out to Griff and Door.
Gryffindor.
No, Griff and Door.
Gryffindor.
We can't talk about Harry Potter in here. It's a different company.
5 points to Gryffindor.
We've talked a lot about HP today. Griff and Door, Lindsay Mack, and Christopher Beale.
Christopher Beale. I knew these names because it's the future I can see.
You're insane. Do you know why these folks are getting a shout out?
Because they left a 5-star review on iTunes.
That's right. They went to iTunes, left a 5-star written review for Disney Coast to Coast. If you want a shout out on the show, that's all you got to do. Go to iTunes, leave a 5-star written review. Thanks so much, everybody, for watching this week. All of our social media and stuff is at DisneyCoastToCoast.com. Go check that out. Anything else you want to add?
You know how I knew they...
Because you're the future.
That's the future I can see.
He's lost his mind. Have a fantastic week, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks for watching Disney Coast to Coast. Have a magical day.